All right, this is Do-Rag Wisdom, and this is like 44 days since the coup, and I'm going to keep calling it a coup, and I'm going to keep calling that creep a birther bastard. And today's broadcast, I want to just tie some things up and give you folks some things to think about. Well, that's my cat toy. I buy my cat lots of toys. All right, first my hat. I know it looks like that the black cracker. The birther bastard has this black cracker, some kind of a sheriff who doesn't believe there's that Black Lives Matter. You know, it's like everything with the birther bastard's administration and his feelings. It's the opposite. It's doublethink. Remember, 1984. These totalitarian GOP, they practice the philosophy of Ingsoc. They try to change the past, they use doublethink, and they use a kind of newspeak, the political language, to try to fool us. All right. The day that this creep takes the pledge, he will become eligible for impeachment. High crimes and misdemeanors. The birther bastard does not want to give up his business. He's supposed to do it, or what's traditional, you take your business, you put it in a blind trust. It's not a partial blind trust, it's not a 3/4 blind trust. You put your money in a blind trust, and it's not for you with your kids. You have nothing to do with the business whatsoever. You take your stupid name off of all your buildings so that they don't become targets, and that innocent soldiers, young kids, have to protect your stupid buildings from the terror attacks that are going to come. All right. You should also know, folks, as Orwellian, it's totally Orwellian with this creep, because you've got to remember that everybody he's appointing is the opposite of what they're supposed to be there for, because the GOP wants to hurt us. I keep saying that they want to hurt us. Labor, the Secretary of Labor hates labor. The Secretary of Education hates public education. The creepy cracker Attorney General doesn't like black people. He's tries to keep them from voting. All these creeps they're building up. He gets his national security briefings not from the experts, but from the creep Flynn, this conspiracy theorist who claims that he saw Islamic writing by the Mexican border for them to sneak in here. That's the creep that whispers in his ear about national security, this Islamophobic scumbag, okay? And you got to remember, if this guy, if birther bastard Trump doesn't show up to his meetings like he's supposed to, that's putting us into a lot of danger. Remember, the president, the buck stops at the president. He's not supposed to be relying on his other people for security briefings. He's supposed to do it himself every goddess damn day. And like I've said before, there's going to be one security meeting he's not going to show up to, and that's the one where another 5,000 people are going to be murdered. And then he'll use that, and his GOP will use that to detract from the issues, to take more of our rights away, as I've said many times before. So, he put an incompetent into the Middle East Israel ambassador, and you have to remember, if you're an ambassador to another country, which this creep birther bastard has forgotten, you're not representing that country. You're representing your country to that country. And when you're representing your country, you're representing everybody in the country. So this creep Friedman, this so-called Orthodox Jew, if he becomes the ambassador to Israel, he's supposed to represent every single American in the country. He's not there. If he wants to be a crazy maniac and be an asshole, let him be Israel's ambassador. But as long as that creep's the ambassador of the United States, he has to represent everybody. But see, Trump and his followers, they don't care about that. All right, finally. And there's a lot more I'm going to talk about. About this, but I want to try to... now, I don't know how to pronounce the name of this. It makes me kind of stupid. But the emoluments clause, emoluments, in the Constitution, there's a law in the Constitution, because believe me, these people that founded our country, they did not want another king ruling us. And the emoluments clause, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, the emoluments clause states in the Constitution that the President of the United States is not allowed to receive gifts from foreign countries. Because then they could have us buy the scrotum and the ovaries and stuff, you know what I mean? So, anytime these people want to stay in his hotels, and a whole group of they changed the venue of visiting dignitaries from one place to his hotel. He's receiving benefits from other countries already. He's already breaking the law. And to him, I guess he feels he's got carte blanche. Nobody's standing up to him. So if the Republicans aren't going to stand up to him, which I know that they won't, and that the Democratic Party is filled with corporatist shitheads, I don't think they're going to be ineffective. It's up to us to stand up through protest. He hates protest. Get his letter writing, through discussion groups, petitions. We got to bust this guy's balls, my friends, every single day. We should be starting now. Because when he enters to put up his right hand and make a mockery out of our country, out of the oath, that's the time when the impeachment proceedings have to start. And if the Democrats aren't going to do it, then the Republicans aren't going to do it, we have to do it. A million woman march, a million man march, a million children march. March in his stupid capitalist, crony capitalist, fascist, birther bastard face. Because remember, he's receiving gifts, benefits from other countries already, and the President of the United States, according to our Constitution, it's against the law for a president to receive any benefits or gifts from any other country. And he's already doing it, and the day that he raises his hand, that birther bastard raises his hand here, he's already committing a crime. If he still has all his businesses, if his crappy name is everywhere, if his kids are doing his business, meanwhile he's doing his business on us and his parties, if he still has anything to do with his business, and if he's receiving any benefits, and that's the main thing, any benefits, any gifts from any foreign powers, he is breaking the law. And then when he raises his hand and he takes that oath, he hasn't solved this problem and gotten rid of it, he has to be impeached. And again, if the shitheads in Washington aren't going to do it, we have to do it. We the people. And I want to end with reminder. Birther bastard Trump does not have a mandate. Half this country did not vote in this important election, okay? I don't know what would have happened if people would have woke up and voted. But you had a lot of disgruntled people out there getting sick and tired of having the politicians run people for them instead of them running the country, us, the people. All right. So you have to stand up, you have to protest, you have to remember that once this creep, again I'm repeating, once this creep raises his hand and he hasn't divested himself of all his business dealings, he's continuing to receive gifts, he must be impeached. If not, he's made a mockery of our country, a mockery of our Constitution, a mockery of the oath of office, and this is the beginning of the end. I'm going to fight for my democratic republic. I'm going to fight against these rich bastards who are waging war on us. So, there's the information for you. She also won, again, a reminder, she won the popular vote. The Clinton. She won the popular vote. Remember that. Only half the population of this country voted. He does not have a mandate. Now remember, I'm speaking off the cuff here, so if I make the occasional error, I apologize. But I just wanted to give you this information. Please take it to heart. Please do something to stop this creep. And of course, pick up 1984. Read that book. Don't make the mistake that it's only making fun of and exposing communist totalitarianism. Yes, that was Orwell's basis in that book. The communist totalitarianism, but it's not only about totalitarian communism. Believe me, Orwell hated totalitarianism. I hate totalitarianism, and I hope that we all eventually wake the F up or lose it all.